Hey there world, I'm Rob. Welcome to my channel, Rob907. I'm just gonna make a quick video today to talk about the Trask CheckMate, that's what they call it, CheckM8 vent for these M8 Harley engines that have a problem with sumping and put oil back into the intake, which goes into the engine to burn off as an emission control. And this is the seal. The reason why I'm doing it is because I invested in a Trask transmission cover, which is designed to vent the crankcase pressure out of the bike, similarly to what a vented dipstick does. It's what I've had on two big bore build bikes in the past, and it seemed to work pretty well, but I heard about this Trask cover and kind of thought I'd go that route this time. I put it on and started dumping all kinds of oil out the back, and I'll tell you the reason why. So this is the Trask vented transmission cover. There is three compartments here. One is a transmission cover, and then there's this vent here. You can see that hose. That is the stock Harley setup for venting out of the transmission. And then there's another reservoir here. When you take this off, you'll see it's the top of the oil tank. And this is the outlet for the valve. It's a Boyesen valve that's in here. It goes one way, can only flow out, not in. And then this tube runs up and over the frame, and then there's a filter that goes right here. Now, this little guy here is something that Harley put on their oil pumps with their third revision through a service bulletin that goes on the back of the pump. This is the S&S pump. It has this groove right here. You kind of see it. This seal just goes right in there, just like that. And what that does is when you put the oil pump in, it goes around this pinion bearing, so it seals on the surface here. Okay, the stock Harley pump had that, and this S&S oil pump, they make it with this groove machined into it. But boy, wouldn't it be nice if they gave you the seal. You want to be even nicer? If they told you that you needed the seal. They just open the box, put the pump on the bike.
But at least they machined a groove to hold the seal.
So now here I am, tearing my bike apart, just to put this seal on that S&S oil pump, which I thought so highly of when I bought it. I'm not sure that you need the S&S oil pump. Supposedly the Harley generation after 2020, where they put this seal in there, was the fix-all oil pump, and seems to be working fine. But I went ahead and spent the $900 on a S&S oil pump just so that I was sure that I had a good oil pump. And I believe it's a good oil pump, I really do. I just really wish that S&S would have made the effort to at least put some kind of a card or notation or something in the box with the thing to say, hey, we highly recommend that you put this on there. There's a reason why Harley had a service bulletin. The reason why they put it on there is because, like I say, you can see that bearing. And there's a lot of oil that will transfer through that bearing from your cam chest to the other side where the crankshaft is, the flywheel, and the rods connected to the single pin. All that oil, when you throttle and just go, and all the oil goes to the back of the bike. And it goes to the back of the bike and fills this up and comes right out the valve and all over the ground. Now, some people say that you can run 4 1/4, 4 1/2 quarts. I tried that. It still dumped oil out there, so I just made a decision. You know what? I can do this. I'm going to do it. But anyway, so instructions for how to do this are all in the book. If you download the service manual, I think I paid $50 for mine. One thing that I will say about this, though, that I did to save time is I left the cam and the lifters in. These are kind of not so fun to get to these back screws. Pull these off, and then you have to get new gaskets, and you don't really need to pull the cam out. So if you're gonna do this, you take that cam plate off and be sure that when you do, you put your thumb over that big hole, is the top hole, that's where the cam comes through. and you just kind of put your thumb on there when you take it off. Make sure you don't let this slip out, because you don't want the lifters to drop down in there, because then you are going to be pulling these out, probably for sure, or you risk dinging the cam lobes or the lifters or whatever and having problems later. So if you be very careful, you don't have to worry about taking this out. Other than that, all the other instructions that you need for disassembly and reassembly are all in that manual. It's if you have a mechanical inclination at all, it's pretty easy to do. Just follow the steps. All the torque values are there, and it's something you can do yourself if you want to, or just buy a bent and dipstick. Because whoever designed this, they figured that there was a problem for the models that didn't have that seal, but apparently it's still a very good design that will eliminate the problem that these bikes have when they sump. They push oil out the heads from here, and then of course my air breather has tubes. They route through little venturi holes in the collar here, that piece behind the back plate, and then there's a hole right there. So the oil goes into the hose, and then it sprays through there and vents into the intake, and then that spray has oil in it. It's air and oil pressure venting, pushes oil into the intake, and your engine burns it off. And then you'll also make a lot of debris and caking on the pistons, and can burn your engine up over time, and eventually create some blow by and wash through the rings, just cause a early retirement for your engine, if you will. So it's definitely worthwhile to get something, to get that, or a vented dipstick. I like this idea here. What you should do though is make sure that your Harley oil pump is a late 2020 model or newer. And if you go with an S&S or even a fueling, I don't know if fueling has this groove here, but you have those things figured out and covered, so you don't have to go back and redo something that somebody else already did just to put a little seal in. Anyway, I'm gonna button this thing up. If you like this video, if you found it helpful, I'd appreciate a thumbs up on it, and feel free to like and share, and check out some of my other videos. Might continue to make videos like this, so if you like that and you appreciate it or whatever, yeah, do that. Until next time, live good, ride hard, and dun, dun, dun.